Your friend dies. Your friend dies. You got broken ribs and bowel, but the first time you start crying is when you say we're gonna admit you to this government hospital. It's like, Welcome to the second episode of Dinner with Suhayl. Today I have a very, very hilarious guest and a good friend of mine, Jason Goliath, along with his wife, Shan. Did I get it right? I got it right.
Well done.
Yeah!
And also thank you for calling me hilarious, because people at the table normally say I have a very, very hungry guest. And I appreciate the hilarious.
Man.
Thank you for having
I
me.
didn't invite you because you're hungry. I invited
No,
you.
I came hungry, dog.
No, that's good because I've been cooking the whole day.
And do you cook in the accent? Cooking?
No. I've left that. I'm me now.
You don't cook as
No, I'm
anymore.
not cooking with Suhayl anymore.
I feel like Dad can cook. I'm not sure if Suhayl can cook.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Suhayl.
I know that my alter ego used to make up. But you see, the thing is, it looks great.
Yeah.
A lot of it looked great. I don't know how it tasted because I was the only one eating at that time. Like my grandmother cooks 7 days a week, bakes a cake once a week. Like she just loves to cook.
Is your granny one of those aunties that can cook on the fire with those big pots?
Everything. You name it, she can do it. In fact, today,
function.
when I started cooking,
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, this thing is not tasting right. I phoned my granny. I was like, hey, I got people coming over.
Yes.
You need to tell me what to do.
So like a
So
technician.
she was like, listen, either it's this or it's that. It's either your meat, you didn't cook your meat for long enough, or you didn't put enough oil. But either way, don't worry, they're coming. What are you gonna do?
It's too late. She was just
It's
like,
too late.
listen, you
Throw
messed
this
it up.
If it's bad, it's bad. What you
She
gonna do?
asked about like our judgment qualifications.
No, she didn't. She doesn't care. She was like, it's fine. Your guests are coming. What you gonna do?
No, my granny would have asked. My granny said, who's coming? And if you told her, no, Jason Goliath is coming, she would say, nah, those brainers will chow anything. She would have, immediately. She would have said, like, if you had an Indian guest, worry, throw the pot away, start again. I don't know.
So you said your granny was from Tata. How did you end up here?
So my grand from Tata, but my mom grew up in Durban. So born in Mthatha, so she spoke with that farm cadence. So no, I don't know how else to. It's lully.
farm cadence.
It's lully in that thing. It's a relaxed English, like you know.
Yeah.
When people speak like that, they can bake bread. I'm telling you. When you hear that accent, you know this person understands yeast. This person can work with yeast.
So Jason, tell me, what is your middle name?
Oh, my middle name is Rory.
Rory.
Yes.
Because when I read that, I was like, nah.
I'm sure it's a Rory.
Wikipedia is lying.
You don't see me as a Rory. I'm on
Rory.
Wikipedia. I didn't even check what else.
No,
is
it's not on Wikipedia. It's Daily Sun or something.
Yeah, probably Daily Sun. No, my second name is Rory, and I hated it as a light.
Rory. That is like the whitest.
100%. And it was because my mom was working obviously with a white man named Rory, and then my Bali didn't ask enough questions.
I've learned about what this is recently. This is known as a charcuterie board.
A what?
Babes, what is this called?
Charcuterie. I don't think that's how you say it.
Huh? How do you say it, Shan? Surely you know.
We're first gonna get involved here.
There we go. Nah, Shan is showing the true colored
I
side.
mean, when I'm a child.
No, this is a platter.
What is this? A digestive? I'm in a
There's a
child
bread platter
digestive.
and a fruit platter.
Is this hummus?
There's a French. It's a French word for like a board with with cheeses and fruits and
Yeah.
thingies.
The charcuterie.
Yeah. I mean, come on, your white uncle never Rory.
Rory. I never met
Never.
the
You never met him, but you named after him.
Look, maybe that's awkward for my Bali. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why my Bali is after picture.
Wow.
But I never even met the
You
Bali.
never met the guy who you named after.
No.
I don't think you get booked as much. If you're Rory Goliath. Rory Goliath.
Let me teach you something. Your name is Suhayl Essa. That's a terrible name.
It's a
horrible
Yeah,
name.
no, it's horrible. Nobody can pronounce
horrible
that.
name. A horrible name. It sounds like someone in Afrikaans is crying. Literally. Who is hailing? You know what I mean?
Come
So
on.
then I'm like, the point is, your name means nothing. Are you funny?
Yes,
In our
true,
world,
true.
if you are funny, I could have been named Jan Hendrik.
Yeah, Jan Hendrik Goliath.
Funny.
Really, you would be doing a lot of Avia beer
My
gigs.
man, I will take the money because even an Afrikaans 10 rand is 10 rand. I don't care. Wait, what's your
Yeah.
second name? Suhayl.
My father's name, Ashraf.
Ashraf.
Muslims generally take their
Supposed to be
father's names as a middle
Mohammed,
name.
Suhayl.
No, there's not. We all don't have to be called Muhammad.
My man, I've never met an Ashraf that's not a womanizer. I can tell you now. I grew up with Ashrafs.
Wow.
We used to call them Ashi. Ashi was the nickname, and Ashrafs were always dirty.
I'm not going to answer that. Do you want to try in here?
It is what it is. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying. So is it Suhayl Ashraf?
It's Suhayl Ashraf.
So is there no Muhammad in there?
No Muhammad. We don't have to have a Muhammad in
I'm
our-
asking. I'm not saying you have to. I'm asking if there is.
No, that's why you're here in a Muslim person's house to learn about.
No way. I don't even have to. I'm asking. Culturally, because of the communities that I was fortunate enough to grow up in, I always had Muslim friends. So I always tried to have, as decent an understanding of the culture, the religion, the respect points. I think it was only in high school when I really started trying to understand, okay, so your mouth is stinking because you haven't eaten.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you doing this? Because I couldn't
The
understand.
fasting.
What are you doing this for? And then when you do some investigation and introspection, that's when I learned that ignorance is the birthplace of intolerance. Because the more you know and understand, only then can you kind of respect and appreciate.
And I mean, I think it's also important in our line of work to understand better people. If you understand people better, you can relate to them and you can make.
I talk about the fact of like ComServe, which the normal person in the street doesn't think about.
Yes.
Like I'm like, are you mad? I must study for how many years? 7 first. Then I must go and work for free in a place where it's dangerous.
Yeah.
I got to work in the worst hospitals, the worst emergency rooms, the worst places for next to nothing. Just to cut my teeth. I was like, I'm out. You'll see me at the bar.
So I'll tell you a recent story where I burst out laughing because the whole situation was funny, but it was a tragic situation. But I'll tell you, and then you can tell me.
Yeah, I'm
after
a judge.
I tell you.
I'm a judge.
After I
I'm trying
tell
not to
you.
laugh. I'm already taking my laugh out.
Okay, but let me tell you that I wasn't laughing at somebody's pain.
I'm sure, yeah.
Okay, let me just tell you the story. So, I'm working one night, I work in emergency. This guy had come in after the paramedics told me there was a really serious accident. This guy's come in. Later, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I ask the EMS, they tell me no. So what happened was, this guy was in a bakkie with his cousin, and both of them were drunk. I corroborated some of the story from him.
Yeah.
Because he was still sort of okay. He was awake, but very drunk. Driving drunk, they went off the road. There was a curve, went off the road, hit straight into a tree. Tree falls, hits the driver, dead. On impact. He survived, but relatively serious injuries. So I go up to the bed. Then his first question to me after I asked him what happened, he told me, look, we got drunk, we went for a drive. So what happened to my cousin? So I was like, listen, man, unfortunately your cousin didn't make it. Silence. Then he's like, oh, okay. And now what's happened to me? So I was like, yeah, you've got quite a few broken bones. Your bowel is not in a good way. There's a chance we may need to operate. Then he was like, so does that mean I'm gonna get admitted here? So I'm like, yeah, you're probably gonna be at this government hospital for the next 3 weeks. And then he burst out crying. And I was like, yo, bruh.
And is this the point that you started laughing?
I laughed because I was like, so your friend dies. Your friend dies. You got broken ribs and bowels, but the first time you start crying is when they say we're gonna admit you to this government hospital. Then it's like,
I don't think that's fair. I feel like it was because you're treating these things as isolated. I think it was a compounding trauma that brought the tears.
Come on, the guy. If you were in a car with anyone, and the first thing I tell you is the other person in the car died, and you go, all right, but what's wrong with me? Okay, I've got some broken bones. And I said, yeah, you're probably going to be here for the next 3 weeks in this government hospital. Like that. Like he cried like that. I couldn't help it. I laughed, I walked away. I was like, no, man.
But I also feel like that's government hospital doctor protocol. It's like, you know what I mean? He's supposed to have a story. Yeah, can you believe it? He just burst out laughing. He tells me Hendrik is died, the bakkie is fucked. And I was okay with it. I was like, listen, Pa's got 3 bakkies. And then he said, listen, I've got to stay in Joburg Jail. I was like, yes, sis. That's when it hit me.
That's exactly what was going through my mind. I was like, this guy.
I don't know why this guy's Afrikaans. When you said bakkie.
Yeah.
When you
They
said
weren't
Daki,
Afrikaans, but let's go
I was
with
like,
that.
those died in shorts. I was like,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Yes, so, but at this time, I'm telling you, in that moment, the guy oh, come on, man. Your friend died. You got broken bones. Your bowel is
Your darums are in the
finished.
bucket next to you. You
Yes.
came in carrying your small intestine.
Yes.
And this is the point that makes you cry. In fairness to the
Exactly.
O. But
Come on, government is rough.
no, but and that's our
But
perception
still.
is even rougher. Because government is rough, but our perception of what it's like at Joburg Gen is even more rough. I mean, I've got a medical aid, and so does my vrouw.
Yes.
But
If
I'm
you
just
need to
saying,
come to Joburg Gen, they've now that they after the fire, they've revamped. I love what they've done with the place.
you
It
think
We
looks
paid you.
fabulous.
We want Suhayl.
You can ask for me. I'll try not to laugh.
I don't want Suhayl. I don't want Suhayl.
You've got cancer.
I don't want Suhayl. No, it's fucking awkward. Then Suhayl, the first thing he says, you're not circumcised. No, fuck that shit. I don't want to see my business. No, fuck. Yeah, I don't want. That's like a thing for me. I don't understand a person who goes to a doctor that they also sit around a table.
Yes, no,
I don't want a person
no,
with a relationship with my doctor. Somebody
Oh,
just
no.
looked in my eyes while squeezing my testes. I don't want to have that.
Yeah.
No, my wife is the only person I can have to know that squeeze my
So
testes.
I'll tell you a
Thank you
story.
very much.
I don't know if we'll keep this in or not, but my brother, he thought he had piles. So he went to my uncle. Oh no! my uncle is
see
a,
now.
my uncle is a surgeon.
Hold on to grapes hanging out my ass. You can have a look for me.
So he went there and then he said, now my uncle told him, hey, just lie on the bed, let me stick a finger in.
Now your uncle has his finger and you see now. No.
Now, like he says, now, ever since then, it's just been awkward.
No.
Like he goes over to, because
No,
they all
because-
live very close by to each other. They go over for meals. He can't look him in the eye anymore.
No.
Because he's just thinking, yeah, but your fingers in my
No.
grapes.
And now I'm thinking about your uncle's finger as I look at this chocolate coated strawberry. Now I'm gonna think about your uncle's finger in the nephew's ass. In your cousin's ass.
Guys wanna eat.
I'm gonna have one of these. I don't like to chow on an empty stomach. You know what I mean? I like to just put a lining in.
Listen, I don't want you to get full on this.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can't eat properly if I don't
Really?
have 100%. I need
Yeah.
to.
No, I mean, I have
Listen, I'm
the-
a professional. Don't you worry about me.
Can I get a piece of bread?
Your chows are gonna get chowed.
You mentioned you talk about fasting. Now, have you ever fasted for any religious or otherwise reasons?
No, not even like for Lent. I can't honestly remember. So, like I think the last thing I gave up was more for a marriage. Sometimes as a husband you just surrender things and you're like,
that's what you
I'm
said.
like-
Like what
Yeah.
did you surrender?
can't speak about it
Mr.
necessarily on
Goliath?
camera. And I'm not saying I was forced to anything. I'm just saying I get it. I appreciate it. And I think were I ever in a mental position where I felt I needed to, I might.
How long have you done like a veg fast for?
I did it for 2 weeks. I did it for 2 weeks. We both did it for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Not meat, not no meat.
Remember, 100%.
So you did give up
yes.
lamb
Yeah, I
sausages.
mean-
No, for 2 weeks. Remember that nutritionist came to our house.
Really? You're a
Without chicken?
nutritionist.
Without chicken? My wife thinks I gave up meat for chicken.
You're just finding out now.
Let's just say, I can guarantee you there was probably a pepper steak pie. Anytime I was away from her, I was
Oh my
probably
gosh.
trying something.
So wait, who brought in? Did you bring in the nutritionist?
Yes.
And then what did she say? Guys, you're gonna eat veggies.
No, it's kind of like a detox. So
you just detox
it was a detox, and then you have to reintroduce meat slowly again because you don't want to mess up the system. And
Oh.
yeah.
Meanwhile, this guy was reintroducing pepper steak.
In honesty, I probably blacked it out. I probably blacked it out of my mind as a terrible time. Because even the thought, I would not object it.
No, listen, he blended the pie and drank it. So there's 2 curries here. Should I tell them what the 2 curries are? Or should I just say taste and then you see which one you like or...
Yeah, we'll ask you questions after we taste.
Okay,
You
okay.
can't- My wife was waiting to offer to teach from course.
No, that's what I usually do. But now, obviously, because everything is being recorded now.
I actually want to know which one you find better, actually. Which of the 2 you find better?
Did you make one and did you make one?
No.
So
Wait, no, she made this one. Alone. I made this with her. I see your reaction as soon as you eat it.
okay. Ensemble.
Yeah, you gotta have all the condiments.
I mean, I'm not going to have all, but I'll definitely have a few. That is ridiculously soft and it hasn't even got in my mouth. I'm salivating.
That's your one, babes. I'm waiting.
Cleansly cooking.
I'm waiting to hear the reaction.
I'm even going to cleanse my palate before I taste the other side, just to
Okay.
give you a fair.
Have some water. Hey, be careful with that.
Smaller.
No, have that piece. Have that. That's enough.
I have this tiny little.
No, that. Come on, you're not really gonna taste that. Have.
That's the level you need for a mouthful to balance the flavor.
Okay.
Yeah, water. Cleanse my palate. No, thank you. I can tell you've lost already, Suhayl. I'm sorry.
I've lost.
You've lost. You lost.
So you like the. I think that one was from this.
No, you've lost.
That one for you. You, Sean?
You've lost. I mean, they're both amazing.
Okay.
But because you made me compare.
Yeah.
I'll give you
No, I wanted your
What
honesty.
does it look like? Like if you
Yeah.
look at this, what does it look like?
Oh, is it lamb and mutton? I don't know what it is.
No.
Lamb and mutton is
The
the
same
same.
thing.
No, mutton, that's not the same animal, but I'm saying this bone looked like it was.
And one is 3 years.
No, this bone here comes from something with a driver's license. You know what I mean? These are old animals. This is not. I'm just saying based on the age
Yeah,
of the
that's bone specifically. That one had a Sasa
Yeah.
card.
There's one is lamb,
Okay, I'll give you that. One is lamb.
And the other is
beef.
Nope.
No, I just guessed.
far too soft and tender.
For the great reveal.
Jamie.
The one, this one here, that's lamb, and this is gemsbok.
No way.
Yeah?
And I wasn't
Gemsbok.
believing. I thought you were trying to make your goats fancy.
Gemsbok,
You know what I
yes.
mean? You don't tell people trying goats. You shouldn't hey, try venison.
So that was Zaida's.
So this curry is a lot more layered flavors in here. And this one is also delicious, but it's different.
You can say no.
Taste. No. I'm just
What your
like
vrouw did is your vrouw let the spices braise. You rush the spices, compared.
That is true. My spices braise long.
Your vrouw let the spices braise, and therein lies. That's the only reason you lost, yeah?
you know sometimes when I cook curry, then Jason will go, "You didn't braise the spices."
Oh. But then how do you know, Jason?
Because I can make a curry.
You can make a cut.
But I don't. I choose not to. No,
Jason has never made a curry.
Come on, you've never in your life.
no, I have, just not for my wife.
Ah.
That's how you. That's
Anniversary gift, make our curry.
no. Listen, that's how you end up making. That's how you end up being the curry maker in the house. You know what I mean?
Now you're saying this, that he's never going to cook a curry.
Never. Sean is never going to taste my curry.
I hunted this myself. So when I started my tour, my first show was in Zeerust.
Yeah.
Because it was very difficult to get venues and things like that here in Joburg,
Yeah.
in the bigger cities. So I was like, let me go where nobody's gone before. Let me give the people comedy they've
sure.
never heard. Yeah. What they're known for is their hunting.
Yeah.
So they've got massive farms, big open plots, lots of various different animals that you can go hunt in the farm. And how it works is you go, you get your gun, you get in the back of the van, and you go tracking. Literally hours and hours and hours. And they give you a price list, but obviously you don't know what you're seeing in
100%.
the veld.
They're
You don't
not warning
know.
you that if you
Yeah.
shoot a big one, you begin to pay a big ball.
So you go. But now obviously it's frustrating. Now you go, it's 2 hours, you see nothing. Then you finally see an animal. Then quickly, you got to decide, is this within my budget? Like the guy will stop the van and
Yeah.
go,
You wanna
now
shoot
you're
that?
trying to aim, then they're like, 8 grand. Okay, let's carry on. Let's keep driving.
I couldn't do it, eh? I once shot a pigeon. Had a BB gun.
How old are you?
Had well, it was a daisy gun. If you shoot
Yeah.
a metal, like, you call them cools. And I must have been probably 14. And it was my friend left his gun at my house. And I woke up the next morning, school holidays, and I was like separated. I'm gonna shoot a bird, and I shot a pigeon, and I saw drops of blood, but the thing flew away. But there were drops of blood.
I see.
So in my mind, it was gonna go die somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
That night, I was woken up from the depth of my sleep, and I swear I could hear baby pigeons crying because their mother never came home.
Yeah.
They are starving in the nest. You know how baby, but I could picture that thing, and I couldn't dance. I couldn't dance because I killed something's mother. And that's why
Something's mother.
I don't mind. Somebody else's hands are dirty. The death is not on me.
Oh, okay, so it's fine.
It's the seeing the life go out of its eyes.
So when you're sucking the feet of a
no
sheep,
problem. No problem.
you're not worried about how
No problem.
this sheep couldn't walk home.
That sheep was sterile. I had no babies.
Imagine
Yes, but I was
Suhayl came to
chasing
take you
Goliath
on a
then,
date for the
chasing
first
Goliath.
time.
It was different.
Came to take you on a date for the first time, right? And you stay on the third floor. He buzzes. Anyway, first date, second date. It's the courting period, right? And then he just waits downstairs. So it's the first time he's come to my house. It's the first time he's come to my place.
I'm not forward. I'm not inviting myself up.
Yeah.
I'm never going to invite you up.
I think that's fine.
Come from a good Christian household.
Suhayl took me to a restaurant that was closed.
Mommy!
I'm gonna wash my hands quickly.
Mommy!
We sat and watched everyone clean up around us and chatted. There was no food.
So you guys stayed
Yeah,
there. You didn't
I'll
go to
tell
another
you-
like a plan B.
We went out. So then eventually he took me to Milky Lane and bought me a hot chocolate. And that was it. I had such low standards.
Both of your criticisms are meaningless. Because whether I went upstairs or whether Moya was open, we are here and we are with
Exactly.
Mr. and Mrs.
It's our fault actually.
Married.
Yes.
Which means that I pulled the right move, play a little bit hard to get. Don't walk up 3 flights of stairs for no reason. Play hard to get.
I don't wanna agree.
Yeah, don't spend your bucks. Go to a closed restaurant. That's it.
I went to a closed restaurant and then afterwards Milky Lane. Come on
Man.
now. Come on now.
Man. You like 60 bucks all in for the whole
I
night.
set the standard, I set the bar low. And I'm like, if you like me, you're gonna like me for me now. It's not gonna be for anything else. Because let me tell you, when I met her, I think I was almost just about to graduate. When we went on our first date, I was just about to graduate. And at that time, there was a lot of other very thirsty women who were not interested in me.
Plus, you were wearing those tight jeans.
Yeah.
Well, I remember. I used to be upset because if you walking too far behind him, that bum could be anybody. Because you got a hip on him. So you got a bit of a hip on him. You know what I mean? The tightest. I've never seen a jeans where you have to tuck. You have to tuck. I'm like, no, that jeans was haram, Sean. I had haram thoughts about because of those jeans.
Yeah.
I
So
remember
look,
those
you
days.
were
You were trapped. You were trapped.
There were hungry lions.
there were a lot of hungry lions that were out there, and they were not interested in me. They were interested in the what's to come.
Jeans and the doctorate.
Yes.
The jeans and the PhD.
So I needed to. I went into this date with the expectation of I'm going to give this woman the most basic date. It's just going to be us talking. We're just going to be talking. Nothing more than that.
And as a comedian, that is everything you need.
Yes, that's all I
That's
needed.
the best environment.
So then, if she still chooses to see me again, I know it's not because I took her out and I splashed and got a great dinner and, come on, a closed restaurant.
And the second date?
Did you tell her that you wanted to be a comedian, or was it just?
No,
Oh,
she
she
knew.
knew.
He was a
Oh, she
comic
knew.
that time,
Yeah.
but he was shit.
Yeah.
That time he was terrible. I remember the tight
that bad.
jeans. The tight jeans used to just squeeze not funny out of him. Like as soon as the jeans went to the right size, funny came. I don't know if you do you know him from the time that he wasn't good yet.
Yes. That's
Yes,
when
so
I-
she met you.
And tell me that were you like the rest of us? Because I'm somebody who's all the years in comedy. I've always said to people, trust me. I'll tell you where the talent is and where it's not. And I can tell you generally after seeing somebody for 5 minutes whether they've got it or not. This is the only mistake I've made in my 10 years of comedy. Because I would have put my money out. There was a time when it was so awkward. I was trying to get drunk enough to pluck up the courage to say to him, dog, just save people's lives. Focus more on this than just do this. Just like, because he was terrible. He was the type of bad where you're hoping for the comic to rather come off. Like, don't even do your full time. Just wave the flag. Come off. And so if I'd put money down then, whether he would have A, done what he's done so far in his career, but B, being so funny. Because I don't understand how somebody goes from that unfunny to...
This is the best worst
This-
compliment I've ever gotten in my life.
I've been doing it now for only 11 years, and I feel like a child. I feel like I'll start getting good at 20 years. Wow. You know what I mean? And I feel like there are very few art forms that take that long for you to be great.
Great,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And for me, there's like I just enjoy it because it means I'm not finished with this delicious meal yet. I'm still savoring this thing and just enjoying it for as long as I can instead of rushing through it and, you know, not chewing 32 times or however many times.
Good conversation.
I think we may have said this off camera, but I don't know. Maybe you did a deal with the devil, sold your soul. What? But you know, Gemsbok is in no world supposed to beat lamb. It's not supposed to. So I don't know how you got it so tender and falling off the bone and soft and delicious. But that is honestly the best venison curry I've ever tried in my life. I love your story. When you marry the right woman, Gemsbok can beat lamb.
Yeah.
And I think that sums up your whole life, Doc. Listen, well done.
Thank you.
Well done for being a doctor. And I think that it's crazy, but I think that I'm qualified enough to say that was the easy part. Being a comedian is so much harder.
Way harder.
It's so much harder. And
Way more variables.
So even more than a doctor, well done on comedy and thank you. Just thank you for being funny, thank you for being good, and thank you for making audiences happy. Like as a comedian myself, I can't ask another comedian for more than that. Like the stuff that you are doing for comedy is so great. You are so funny. I just hope people see the work that you're putting in and come and watch your videos, and then they don't just watch. Because you know people are watching this thing for free. They don't understand that the like is a currency. Comment, it's currency.
They don't see this light up
No,
here.
no, they don't see the bucks was
Show
spent
this
here.
light. Show
Bucks
this
was
light.
spent here. This oak got a whole umbrella light.
There's
I don't
an
know what this light is
umbrella.
called, but
There's a Pakistani in there just shining.
no, 100%. 100%. I mean, slightly racist, but not
Hey, I can
not
make those
untrue.
jokes.
not untrue. But seriously, dog, I wish you nothing but the best. This was great. The food is great. The company was great. I can't wait to see this episode. I can't wait to see all of the episodes. It doesn't matter how big you guys dream now. The work that you are doing now means your dreams are going to be too small. You must dream even bigger. You're going to have all of the things that you want, and life will treat you well. Happiness, health, and money. Because we leave money out sometimes because we're proud. But I mean, we need money.
We
So,
need it.
happiness, health, and money. I'm motivated to go work hard now because I feel like people who are shit are catching up, and now I must be funny now. You know what I mean? No, because Suhayl has us under pressure. You know what I mean? A doctor, chef.
I'm barely a chef, man.
No, plus he's also been gymming now. You saw this chest underneath this one. Huh? Now small, you have to buy a hoodie for people to see your chest in
Hey,
your
I
hoodie.
left the squats
The
now.
pants.
I left the squats
He started
now.
with us.
No, he's moved there.
Yeah,
no,
I've
but
moved
that's-
up here now.
No, because your fro probably told you, listen, you don't only have a hip, you got a good tit also. So like, you know what I mean?
Let's
Change
try
this
and
thing
balance it up.
Yeah, let's change this thing up.
Look, and I'm wearing track pants now. Look at these track pants.
Yes. And
Yeah.
a creamed ankle. You know how much money you've got to have a non-ashy ankle in a stokey. You're wearing a slip on your ankles are creamed. Bucks. That's bucks, baby. That's what we are aiming for. No more ash in our lives. Thanks,
All
everyone.
right. Well, that's another episode of Dinner with Suhayl. Thank you, Jason.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
having
coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sean.
It was lovely.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. You had a good.
Absolutely everything.
Great. That's the most important part. See you on the next episode of Dinner with Suhayl.
Hey, come on, man. Subscribe. Then share the video and click like. You know you want to. New videos dropping weekly.